The Eli Young Band started
Circa 2000.
Yeah, quite a few years ago, back in college at the University of North Texas. And we all, well, Chris, myself, and James all started college in '98 and really met each other that first week we were in school, became friends, and then Chris and I were living together. Mike came
I
to
came
school
in
the next year.
'99, and then at that point, James and I kind of started talking about music and started writing, and the four of us kind of being friends, we kind of realized that we made up this band and started this whole garage band thing, and
bribed people to come to watch us play at the local college bar there, and it didn't even have a stage. We'd have to haul the stage in the little.
It's great that most of the meet and greets we do now before a show are actually like twice as many people as we'd have at a show when we first started. So
Get out now.
Yeah. We've got a lot of interesting and good advice. I remember the four of us getting advice from Huey Lewis back in the day. He was playing, this is not the best, but it cracked me up, and I probably won't tell the story very well, but he's standing there in the backyard of someone's house smoking a cigar. He played a kid's birthday party earlier in the day, and he said, man, you're doing great if you start out and you're playing kids' birthday parties, and then 30 years later you're playing kids' birthday parties. But for a little more money, I think. But
a lot more money.
A lot more money, yeah.
Y'all got left the first day of the Rascal Flatts tour.
Yeah, that wasn't funny.
It was pretty
It
funny.
was pretty fun.
Yeah.
We were, it was the first day of being on the Rascal Flatts tour, and John and I were hanging out with Jay DeMarcus on his tour bus.
Trying to make a good impression.
Yeah.
First night out, just trying to make some friends.
Having some drinks. Well, after quite a few drinks, at that point, Jay's like, all right, time to go. See ya.
Yeah, I'm going to bed, guys.
So we walk off the bus and to a half-empty parking lot, including the space where our tour bus was supposed to be. But they were already 45 minutes to an hour out. And so we got left, which was really fun. And we walked back onto Jay DeMarcus's bus, and he actually let us stay in his extra bunks on his bus to the next gig.
So good advice to other bands. That is not a good way to kick off a tour.
I think we were really, challenged by our producer and challenged to, play our best, get the best songs on there, write the best songs, just every aspect. This is a big record for us, and we didn't want to leave any creative thing, anything just left on the table, because we really wanted to make sure this record is going to be, amazing.
And then I think, took a step back and reminded ourselves that this is supposed to be fun, and it's not always a job, And I think that sometimes when you start going through the motions of, being in the music industry, you have to take a step back and remember, the four of us have been friends and family for a long time. And going in the studio, we're very lucky and fortunate to be able to do this. And so going in the studio should be fun. And so making this record was a good time.
Yeah, because the studio, it feels like one place where you can start taking things too seriously. Because it's just so focused in that one room. And it was nice to kind of take a step back and shake it out and make a record.
For 2014, I think, we have a lot of goals in our career, but I think that seeing this album take us to new highs, we've always been lucky that every album has been bigger than the last. So I think that because this is such an important record for us, seeing this record take us to that next step in our career will be a good moment for us. We've got a lot of touring that we're going to be doing this year with Darius and Jake Owen, and so Australia.
Yeah, and we want to continue, being on these great tours out with Kenny last year, which is a tough one to top, but we want to continue going on great tours, but also finding more and more ways to kind of, stand on our own 2 feet and do our own things as well.
Favorite spots?
Being that we, everybody sometimes, not everybody, a lot of people assume that we live in Nashville, but we, we're residents in Texas. So when we come to Nashville, it feels like we're pretty busy, working all day. But we have found a few little spots we like. If we don't have stuff early the next morning and we can sit down and just kind of be gluttonous. Monell's is like heaven when it comes to a restaurant.
You have to sleep for 3 days after, but
Yeah, and surprisingly, they only serve water and tea, and we still like the place. The food is that good.